All right, we're live. Hey everyone, good morning. Well, still morning for me. It's afternoon over on the East Coast side. What's up,
Yes,
Chris?
I'm doing well. It's a nice morning. I was out on my balcony and it's a pleasantly weathered morning. No, it's not weathered because that's not the right word. Weathered is like when it's like rough. Anyway,
Right.
it's nice
It's a
out.
pleasant day. It's a nice
It's a,
day, is what you're
it's a
saying.
pleasant day. I'm doing too much.
Okay, we got a special guest today. So why don't you go ahead, Chris? Why don't you introduce who we got here coming up on the stage today?
Okay, so our guest today is a very good friend of mine.
Okay.
Um, very successful educated. She's the organizer of a group called the Debt Collective. Focuses on student debt, and if I'm explaining that not the best, she can probably do it better than I can when she comes here. But ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Rochelle Brooks.
Woo! Yay! Welcome to Michelle Brooks. How are you?
Hey y'all, I am doing well. How are you
Yeah.
guys?
So I'm hanging in there. You look beautiful. I just got up a little while ago, y'all. So the fact that I got dressed and sat down in this chair, I did eat though. I did have breakfast. So there's
You
that.
look good too. I
I'm
love
showered
this.
and this shirt is clean, so that I got that going for me.
Yeah. No, I cooked breakfast. I made breakfast. I have tea. As always, I have tea. So I did do stuff, but
Yeah.
What did you make for breakfast?
I made tofu scramble with bacon and cheese, and I put it in a burrito. So it was a breakfast burrito, and it was absolutely delicious. Just so you know, it's really good because I don't eat eggs as much as I used to. I rarely eat eggs now. I gave them up,
What
and it
did
was
that
good.
do to you?
They did really mean things to me. Actually, I don't, they were being very. They were treating me. They
What?
were bullying me. They were beating me up. And turns out that me and eggs do not get along. So, and it took. I went to
Were they
doctors.
wearing like little red baseball caps and like
Yeah,
really
they were.
into
They
one side of
were.
politics, or were they?
Listen, I'm just gonna tell you, eggs were beating me with a stick. Like they were brutalizing me. So I try to avoid them now. So that tofu is my egg replacement. And since I've been
They were
eating that,
saying they're like your stomach is DI. We're gonna.
yeah, that's pretty much yes. That was pretty much what was going on. Speaking of DI, um, so the rumors, like you guys were saying, the rumor is that's going around is that Trump is no longer with us, which is true.
Please, please. Let me say something.
Okay,
As
I
much
haven't
as
really
much
gone
as
on.
as much as President JD Vance would be a fucking nightmare, I just maybe I'm bad like in my soul and in my spirit, but I'll just say it like I want him to pass away. Like I
Look,
want
you
him to
know how disappointed I was when COVID didn't take him out. Do you know how hurt I was when he stood up there on the balcony and he was like, and I was like, "Come on, COVID!" I was rooting for COVID that day, and he
You
didn't
talking
die. I
about
was
you
like,
talking about
"Oh
COVID?
boy,
Wait, you talking about COVID? That bullet had one job. That
that was
bullet
real.
had
That
one
never,
job.
it was never
You
gonna
think
happen.
it's real? You think the
It was,
assassination is for
it was
real?
all fake.
As
That
soon as
was
as
all
soon as
fake.
he had a bloody ear and raised his fist, it was
It was
like
catch
fight. I
up.
was like, it's over. It's over.
It was
It's
catch up.
over.
It was catch up. That wasn't real. But that COVID had him. And the fact that they brought him back to life from that COVID, I was so mad. I was like, the doctor had one job. You didn't need the experimental treatment. You just let COVID do what COVID does. And we wouldn't even be here now. If they had just let the COVID win, then we wouldn't have what we have now. But I don't know. The rumors are out there. I know I saw like a post a couple of days ago talking about his hand, like he had like some bruising or something.
Bruises? Yeah.
And then somebody put a picture of Queen Elizabeth in her hand a week before she died. She had the same bruising, and they were like, "Let's hope." And did you see the post that said "Hope," like the Obama poster with the hand with the black mark? Did y'all see that?
No, I didn't see it, but that's pretty
That
good.
one cracked me up too. So I don't know if the rumors are true, but let's just say I won't be disappointed if they are true. Like I will, I'll be disappointed if they aren't true. I'll be like, damn, again, like this dude, I don't know. He just seems like he doesn't eat well. He doesn't take care of himself. How is he still living? I
It,
don't understand.
there's a lot of people like that. It's like pro wrestler Ric Flair has been drinking himself to a slow death since the 70s. What's the guy from the Rolling Stone? Keith Richards.
Right. Well, Ozzy Osbourne just passed away, and that was still
so maybe it's a trend. Maybe like we'll get a couple of these.
Yeah, like maybe. Because Ozzy, I was like, he doesn't even know where he is, like on a regular basis. Like the drugs, you can see.
He had no idea what the fuck he was at any point. Like,
drugs had eaten his brain. Like, yeah, his brain was gone from the drugs so long ago, so long ago that every time
I don't feel bad doing like a little shaky Ozzy because it's not Parkinson's or something. It's just drugs. So that's on you, Ozzy. I don't know what to say. You know, I wouldn't do a Michael J. Fox impression. You know what I mean? No. And I'm not going to do it. And if I start doing it, you take me off the screen.
I think I got something for that. Wait, if you did look, by the way, everybody, I have sound effects now, so you guys have to just be excited for me. But if you did do that, look what I can do.
Oh, see, right. Right now I'm Ozzy, but I'm not gonna do Michael J. Fox.
Okay, yeah, well, don't do that. Well, yeah. So I don't know if Trump is dead.
What a transition! I love it.
No. I don't know if he's dead. But yeah, so he hasn't been seen. Really, he hasn't been seen because I haven't been online.
Well, one of the things that I noticed was they said that not only did he cancel, he's supposed to play golf in Bedminster, New Jersey, and he canceled that. But on top of canceling it, that same evening there were no crazy mean tweets or truth social messages at 3 a.m. So not only has he not been seen, but he's been quiet.
Yeah, and that's a sign. Wow, that's a sign something's wrong for sure. Because you know those narcissists, they can't stop themselves from saying something constantly negative. They just can't help it. So yeah, that's a sign. So I'm curious. Anyway, let's talk about some more. Like, I know that was that serious? I don't even feel like that was serious.
Semi-serious.
I seriously don't want him to live, but like that's like neither here nor there. Okay, so Dr. Brooks is here because people like me have student loans that they've been paying for like 20 years and they still haven't gone away. And so I'm here to learn today because I paid my student loans. I just keep paying them. The bill is there and I pay it, but it doesn't seem to disappear. So yeah. Help me out. What do I need to do here? What is going on?
I'm gonna be honest, it's looking bleak. How's my audio though?
Your audio's
like
good.
My internet is.
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we hear you.
Y'all can hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm having difficulty with y'all hearing y'all, but
can you not hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
It's choppy. Okay.
Oh no.
All right.
Oh man.
It's okay. Yeah, I'll talk. Yeah, it's looking bleak, y'all. I'm gonna stay out of the topic of Trump being dead, but things will probably go in our favor if that were the case with student loans. Yeah, so let me just back up a little bit and talk a little bit about the Debt Collective. So I'm an organizer with the Debt Collective. I started organizing, I think 2019, because I was just like, hey, I'm not paying these student loans. Nobody should pay these student loans. And what can we do about that? And some people found me online. They're like, here, read this book. The book is called Can't Pay, Won't Pay. And it just details like essentially civil disobedience, right? What it looks like when we use our collective and leverage it to fight against the powers that be. And one of the ways that, one of the things that they argue is that when you owe the bank, when one person owes the bank, right, the bank has the power. But when all of us owe the bank, we have power, right? We can stop paying, not pay the bank, and then they're SOL, they're shit out of luck. They got to figure that shit out, right? So that's what the Debt Collective is about. Organizing, building debtor power. It's not just student loan debt. We organize around housing debt, medical debt, student loans, and then all forms of K through 12 debt. Can you guys believe that students have debt from lunch?
Yeah,
we got lunch debt now. We're fighting against lunch debt. There's a huge campaign in Philly against lunch debt.
Yeah, that's
wild.
Like it's crazy.
Did you say huge campaign or like is it like a thing you can go to? Like, because I'm 20 minutes from Philly. Send me some info.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Yeah, go to our website, debtcollective.org. All of our events are there. We have a huge national call coming up. I think it's September 5th, where we're going to talk a little bit about K through 12 debt. Teachers are going into debt paying for school supplies. Districts are going into debt. Um, and this is a mechanism of control, right? If you're in debt, you have to work.
Right.
You have to, it's a form of enslavement. So all by design. But anyways, let's go back to student loan debt now. So
Okay.
what can you do? Yeah, what can you do? At this day and time is really difficult. The Trump administration has been working diligently to get rid of programs, IDR, PSLF. So IDR is income-driven repayment plans. PSLF is public service loan forgiveness. So like people like me, I'm an educator. If you're in a social service, a public service, the idea is that you work for 10 years and you get your student loans forgiven. It makes sense, right? I feel like that's how it should be. If you're serving the community, why should you have to pay to go to school, right? Historically, that program hasn't worked. It doesn't work. I think it's less than like 10% of people have actually gotten their loans forgiven through PSLF, even after they've applied. Yeah. So yeah, it doesn't work. And they're trying to get rid of it. They're trying to get rid of income-driven repayment plans, which allows people to pay monthly based on what they make. So that's where we are right now, is they're slashing all of the supports and all of the help that we could be getting with our student loans.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm just put that out there. I'm not surprised, but I realize in my older age how much the student loan thing is like. If you already don't come from money, which a lot of us don't, and you already don't have a bunch of, you know, like my daughter, I'm going to be helping her with her school. And I don't have money saved to put her through school. I wish I did, but I don't, because I have been through a lot in the last decade, and through, you know, personally through the last decade, from like changing careers to having to move across the country because of, you know, relationship stuff and paying for court cases and, you know, all sorts of stuff that makes life hard. I've gone through all of that, and now she's getting ready to go to college, and I'm thinking about, man, I don't want her to have student debt. Like, I'd rather I go into more debt than put her in school and she has to think about coming out of, because I realize how much of a difference it makes when you don't have to yourself pay for school. You start off, and I think about the leg up that so many people, especially white Americans, have because of slavery and because of the fact that they have generational wealth. Their kids get a leg up from jump because they don't have to pay for school, and then they come out of school and the money they make is theirs. And I want to be able to give my child that. So even if that means I'm killing myself to do that, I'm going to do that. But I realize how much of a difference it makes for young people starting out. It's amazingly different. And, you know, I think it's just really extremely unfair that education, like when you were talking about the school lunches, California kids don't have to pay for school lunch anymore. And it should always be that way because they're required to be at school every day. It's the law. You got to send your kids to school. They have to get an education. So why should they have to pay for food when you're legally requiring them to be there? That's crazy.
I think it's this. I think I'll go one step simpler than that. Regardless of any requirement, if there are children in a building, why are we like, let's not feed these children?
Right.
Why are we keeping food away from children for any reason? That should have been like that to me. If I'm building a school, like if I were Dr. Umar, for example.
Stop it.
That man was never building a school.
The white punani is not for Pan-African princesses. I'll say that again. The white punani is not for Pan-African princesses. I'm building the school, okay? I'm building the school. We've got the foundation. We have an address. I'll repeat, we have an address. My funds are just frozen. That's why you got to pay for my GoFundMe. Sorry. I'm working on my Dr. Umar.
You've been practicing.
I wouldn't even. I've never watched it.
So if I could be serious for a second,
please.
I'm gonna try. So no. So this is something that I brought up, you know, in our little discussion off the air. Well, not even off the air, but just in the little chat, you know. And this was kind of something that was on my mind that I wanted Dr. Brooks's opinion, especially with this. So I'm of the belief that not everybody at 17, 18, 19 years old is at the same stage of their life and their development. There are people that, are sharp and, it's like you would trust them to run a business. There are other ones that are just a little more childlike and, like just kind of not fully formed pieces of clay yet, like just pieces of clay and not a statue, and I really feel like the way college in higher education is in this country, it's a keeping up with the Joneses type of situation where you may know your child, is more talented with their hands, or they have, a specific gift, or maybe they just don't know what they want to do or who they want to be. And rather than giving them the time to figure that out, we just say like, hey, if you want to be a productive member of society, if you want to be a good person, you have to go to college right now. And for a lot of people, especially a lot of people that look like us, that means, hey, you're going to incur somewhere between $50,000 to $100,000 worth of debt before you've even done anything. And a lot of these kids discover, hey, college isn't for me. I should be a plumber. And there is nothing wrong with that, in my view. Right. I'm all for higher education, but we still need electricians. Right. We still need plumbers. We still
there's been a shift in the tech industry. Like, the thing that's crazy now is a lot of people have come out of school with computer science degrees thinking that they're going to get a job at these big tech companies like Google and whatnot. And AI is replacing a lot of those jobs. And now is a swing back to hard technology, like, actual knowing how to fix like the servers and stuff, because the jobs of coding are actually going to, they're not going to exist anymore. It's an interesting time in education. I will say that. And I agree with you. Not every kid wants to go to school. And then there's also like, they don't even look at all of the schools that are available to them, because there's state schools that are actually good schools, especially in California, the state school system, which I never knew about until I moved out here, by the way. And I'm like, wait, they have like a whole state school program. Like, I had no clue till I moved here, but it's actually a really good system. And
I also am not completely against a kid just taking a couple of classes at a community college to get some credits, maybe getting a job, seeing where they want to be in life and what they want to do, and then moving on from there. Because the thing is, just going back to what I was saying in regards to some kids not knowing what they want to do, I know so many people that discover who are successful now, right, who are doing just fine, but in the middle of college, it was like, like, this isn't for me, this isn't working. I need to do something different. They end up doing something different, being successful with it. But now you got $20,000 worth of debt because you decided to, do your first few years at college when it was never really your thing in the first place. And had you just kind of taken your, between the ages of 18 to 21, let's say, to kind of figure out what the hell you wanted to do, maybe you wouldn't be saddled with this unbelievable, ridiculous debt.
I mean, I know this is slightly off topic, but let's be honest. The United States is so far behind in so many things, as far as education, infrastructure, and just society in general. There are literally countries out there that provide free college education for their kids, and everything is functioning. Like, they have functioning societies. Whereas we have this whole capitalistic, mess where we're putting people in debt to get higher education, to get jobs that actually don't exist or pay what they should pay to live, comfortably, to be able to do the things. We no longer in a society where you go to school, you graduate, you get a job, you work that job for 40 years, you buy a house, blah, 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 blah. We're not there at all. It hasn't been like that for a long time. And, when we think about it, like, a lot of us, like me, like, I have, 2 degrees from 2 private universities. I'm very proud of my education. I'm happy I went there. But yeah, I've been paying on this debt for 20 something years. And it's like, at what point, like, and I feel like after 20 years, it should be paid off. I don't know what kind of interest or what's going on, but it should be. but it just keeps going. It's the system is set up for you to fail, and that's just what it is. It's set up to keep you in debt. It's set up to keep you struggling. It's said, like, even with the housing, we're in a housing crisis. Like, there's so many homeless people, but there's so many empty buildings. We have a completely broken system, because there shouldn't be empty buildings and homeless people. That doesn't make sense. But we have a government that's so like.
The government is intentionally, and the government is intentionally super hostile towards the unhoused, and they have been for a number of years. I mean, how many times have we seen in various communities they have spikes on benches and shit? Like, what's happening? What you know? It's like if I see someone, I live in a nice neighborhood, okay, and we don't really have like a huge homelessness thing. But if I saw someone living in a tent somewhere like in my general area, the first thing I'm going to do is mind my fucking black ass business and keep doing whatever I was doing and leave them all the way alone. Because if you're outside struggling in a tent, you don't need me picking you on you too. You don't need the cops picking.
But the thing is, they're like, people are really angry at people who are unhoused. And I'll even tell you, when I was still working in tech, I was working in San Francisco. I had a manager, white woman. She was bitter about it. She was like, I pay all this money and all these homeless people are outside. I'm like, wow, lots of compassion. Like, I just called her out. Like, you're upset. I was like, imagine what they're going through, that you get to spend, $3,000 a month to live in an apartment and they can't even get a house. But you're upset that they're outside at your, on your sidewalk when you come out. I mean, like, the cognitive dissonance between no understanding like why people can't afford to have a house and you being able to afford it because you're, and I'll be very, very frank, the lady wasn't that bright. She was getting paid $200,000 a year, and she, these people are, what I have learned from working in corporate America and being around a lot of white people, and it's like, I know you guys can relate, is like, they're not smarter, they're not more deserving. The system is set up in their favor, and they're getting paid to do things that somebody who's probably homeless could do, but they are never given the opportunity to do it because the system is rigged against them. And then the other thing is, a lot of people end up homeless because it's very easy. You miss a few payments, you fall behind. It's like
you get sick.
You get sick. Our medical system is completely messed up. Like
bringing it back to debt, just in general.
Yeah, like debt. We're back on that. People get in debt, and then you can't pay your bills. You can't get ahead. You lose your job. Like people are getting fired because there's no jobs, and it's just like, what are we supposed to do? And it really does come down to who represents us in government and what they prioritize as what needs to be done in our society. And I have to say, right now, our representatives are not prioritizing the things that need to be prioritized. We're not talking about getting people health care. They're not talking about housing. They're not talking about education. They are focused on taking innocent people and throwing them in detention centers and getting them sent out of to countries that they may not even be from. It's just racism. The focus in our government right now is racism, and I don't know, whatever else, but most of it is just racism. Like, they just want the ultra rich want to take everything from themselves, and then everybody else is poor or you're a foreigner, and we're going to kick you out the country. Like, that's where we are.
I'm going to have to leave you guys for just 2 seconds. Kai, you know what I do every Saturday?
So Dr. Brooks, he gets on the live stream with me, right? And we start a conversation, and in the middle of the conversation, he gets up to go in his kitchen because he's cooking. Are you cooking chicken again today?
No, not chicken this time. Today it's a roast, and it's a roast.
It's a roast.
Yeah, it's a roast. And what I want to do is like,
is it a pork roast or beef roast?
It's a pork roast. And what I want to do is I want to take the juices and kind of, you
baste it. You want baste? Okay, go baste.
I'm gonna free baste.
I want to answer the question that you asked.
Wait, what?
Okay.
you asked the question. So a lot to respond to and all of that. But Chris, you asked a question about
I'm gonna stay for this. Go ahead.
Yeah, students not being ready for college. And yeah, students not being ready.
Marie says Chris had me cracking up with Dr. Umar, and I'll say that again. Chris had me cracking up with Dr. Umar. No, I'm sorry. Dr. Brooks, continue. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Yes.
kids. So some other additional context. I'm also an educator. I've been in education for about 15 years. I'm an administrator now. I work in South Central LA with students that are not successful in traditional high schools, and they come to us. We're not a alternative. I mean, we're not a continuation school, but we do offer like alternative means to accessing a diploma. So most of our students come to us without the idea of going to college. And I've had to, I think about it in a practical sense, like you all were describing, right? If they go to a 2-year, they can do it for free in California. Likely they can do it for free if they go to a state school after those next 2 years and complete a 4-year degree, all for free using grants alone. Right. So that's the practical way to think about it. How can I get this student to understand that they can go to school and they can afford it? Additionally, some students, they don't want to go to college, right? They want to do a trade. My argument is always try college. All right. My biological babies don't have the choice. They're going to college. And the reason that they're going to college is because I reimagine a society where education is valued for being education, right? Yes. We're not seeing education as a track to get people into different careers or different jobs, or it's not for productivity. Right? It's because people are entitled. It's our natural right to have an access to education. It's our natural right to learn. It's our natural right to grow. Right? So that's helpful.
It's helpful. Like, people forget about how education helps you make decisions. It helps you make informed decisions. A lot of the things that are happening now in our country is because a lot of people lack education, and they cannot
want us to go to school.
They don't want us
to go to school.
They don't. They have literally gutted our education system for a reason. And I mean, it's crazy to me that people can't see that. But when you don't know, and they tell you a lie, and you lack the education and the discernment to be like, wait a minute, let me go ask a few questions. Let me look at some information. Let me figure this out on my own. These critical thinking skills that come with going to college are necessary. Right. And so I'm one of those people, like, I advocate that kids go to college just because you just want to have your education. You don't want to just, you can do anything you want. Look, I have 2 degrees and I have done so many different things. And a lot of them don't have anything to do with my degree. And I just like doing different things. So it's not about finding, going to college to get a job. It's about going to college to get an education. And that's really important, and so I agree with you. Like, I'm like, my daughter, she going to college, like, but she, I also understand kids that may want to take a gap year. I think that's okay. Kids that want to go into a different school, like a trade school, I think that's great too. But also, I think, 2 years, associate's degree, just to look, y'all remember sitting in class discussing stuff? That's a necessary, like, growth period for a young person's mind when you sit.
No, I think no, go ahead.
That's how I think about it. I think about the powers that be and what they're fighting against, right? It is very clear that there's an attack on public education. They do not want us to be educated, right? There's a reason for that. Whatever it is that they don't want, that's what I'm going to promote, right? That's what I want the youth to understand and value.
They find that when white students go to college and they are met with people who don't look like them and don't come from places that they have come from, they end up being liberal. And so therefore they don't want their white kids to get a higher education because, the exposure to people who don't look like them makes them reevaluate what they've been taught their entire lives. Like, wait a minute, these people are not what you said they were. And so there's a whole push against higher education for poor white people, because poor white people will vote against their interests if they're not educated. But once they're educated, there's a switch, because once they start to understand how the system is being used against them as well, then they're like, wait a minute, it's not the black people that are the problem, or the people, the foreigners are not the problem. It's the capitalists who are making us and putting us in debt. That's the problem. And they also don't want their kids exposed to that.
I just wanted to say that I was so glad when Dr. Brooks kind of talked about education. And then again, Kai, you expanded on it. Like, everything you guys are saying, I couldn't agree with more in regards to education not being education for the sake of going into a specific career, and education for education's sake. Because education is important. Reading is fundamental. They tried to tell us this when we were kids, and they were right. But the issue is, right? Oh no, not the issue. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Bear with me. What I wanted to say was there was a video game, and the name of the video game escapes me, but it was like a futuristic setting, right? And one of the characters says something, and I'm paraphrasing here, along the lines of, when everyone gets their PhDs, someone still has to clean toilets, right? So it's like, because certain things are just necessary in society. Yeah. Until we're in like a society with robots that do everything for us or whatever, somebody's got to scrub the floors, Right. So the reason
somebody's got to build the robot that scrubs the floors, one or the other.
Right. But it's like, but my thing is, it's like, should the person that scrubbed the floors not be educated? Right. Like that doesn't sound right to me. And it doesn't sound right to put someone into massive debt when they're not going to be guaranteed one of these jobs, right? Like one of these jobs where they can support themselves. And, I mean, I know more people than I can count that dropped out of school and have jobs and they're doing just fine. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like student debt is just this big trap. And man, it sucks because it's like, so I believe in higher education. I do. And Rochelle, I'm so glad that one of the things you do is work with these kids that might not want to go to school. Like when you said just try it, like that spoke to my soul, because I'll tell you right now, the things that I learned in college, 90% of them had nothing to do with sitting in a fucking sociology class.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was interacting with people. It was that whole experience. You know what I mean? Even like having to work with other kids on a project or something, right. And you're working with, you're from New Jersey, you're working with a kid from California, this kid from Kentucky's never met a black person or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean? That's Kentucky. There's black people in Kentucky, but you know what I mean? But like,
there are black people in Kentucky.
Right.
So let me just read this comment. Blasian Foster said, "You're so right. College doesn't make you liberal. College makes you think. The more you think, the more you see how messed up shit is, including how fuck white folks are under the system. And the poor whites are struggling."
Oh, like, Diane. Hey Diane, how you doing? How you doing, girl?
Why you giving government names with clearly?
You know what? You're right. I'm sorry. Her name is
what you doing?
Diane Foster. It's No, it's
Stop.
Diane. Stop. No, wait.
Blasian Foster. That's it.
That's it. Sir.
She's gonna smack me in the mouth at some point.
Oh Lord.
Hey,
anyway,
girl.
Hey girl. Listen, I try. That's all I can say is I try. But yeah, like people, like it's a shame because I know people think about racism and systemic racism as only affecting Black people, but in reality, racism harms white people so much too. It like they can't see it, like it's harmful for them in the sense that they think that they're superior. And then they get smacked in the face with the truth, like with the Taylor Townsend situation. Like she won her match and homegirl just lost it and was telling her and like going off.
You are
uneducated. Yeah, like I
made it sound like a Nazi. I don't care. Fuck it.
Yeah,
nice, and you are not the kind of black. That's what it looked like to me. And no, but my favorite thing about that was Townsend. She was just like, I think you could learn. Like she didn't scream back. She was like, I think you could learn to.
It was the smile. It was the smile in the back. Like,
beat a motherfucker ass and then say, "Hey, you have a great day." That's the best.
You have a great day. She was so classy. Because I don't know.
I want to win the whole thing. I hope. I mean, she's what I hope is that she doesn't get knocked out of the tournament by some white woman that's like, "See, told you weren't educated." If she loses to somebody, I hope it's someone that's gracious and has some class.
Or black, somebody black.
Or black. I'll take black. I'll take black every time.
But yeah, like the whole thing is racism makes them feel like they're better or superior, and it's hurting them too. It's making them lazy. It's making them not compete as hard because we all know we got to be 10 times better than our white opponent to get the same
oh my God.
inkling of what they get. Like, we know this. We were raised this way. We know that we go in these rooms, and I know you all have had these experiences. You walk in this room and you realize not only you're better educated, you have been dealing with more stuff than they ever have. You can handle more than they can. You can emotionally deal with more than they can. You are sitting in the room and you know you're the best. You will never get the acknowledgement that you're the best. I have to tell my child this all the time. Like, I hate telling you the reality. You're a black girl. You're not going to get the acknowledgement that you would if you were a white girl. It is what it is. You keep doing what you're doing. You got to be the best. Like, you don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. If you want to get, if this is the career path you want to be on, you have to be on it. You have to practice. You have to do what you have to do. You have to go in there confident, because it's never going to be the same for you.
Hey, Kai.
Yeah. Yes.
I want to ask a question.
I
no,
feel like
it's nothing bad. I want to get
back.
To
it's the way you started out.
Hold on. Wait a second.
No.
Okay. Wait. Hold on. We can get back to the serious topic in a second. But I just remembered something that it just popped in my mind. And can we do a "Are the Men Okay" segment real quick?
They're not okay, because we know they're not okay.
I was going to bring up patriarchy as well.
Well, I mean,
are men okay? Go for it.
But okay. So, all right. So I'm gonna hold on. I don't have any experimental jazz flute in the background right now, but I'll just sing "Are the Men Okay?"
Oh, but you know what?
Men okay? I don't think they are. Some don't have cars. Are the men okay? Okay. I want to tell a story. Hold on.
Look, I got music for you.
Oh, man. Oh.
Ooh, that's nice.
Men okay? All right, so hold on. I want to tell a quick story about one of my friends who's a complete liar, because it involves somebody that's here right now. And Dr. Brooks knows exactly what the fuck I'm about to say. All right.
She's dying. Okay. We know women are not okay, but go ahead, tell your story.
Men are very not okay.
Men are not okay.
So I have a friend of mine, and we were talking about like how like some people in positions, like it doesn't make them smart and stuff. He is very successful. This is like, he has a house, he has a car, he has all the quote unquote things that a person would want. He's doing just fine financially and all that. Okay. This man, in some weird attempt to impress me, right, messages me at like 2:00 in the morning, and he's like, "Hey man,
2 in the morning.
I have no reason to lie. Wait a second.
I'm just saying, who's texting at 2 in the morning?
Wait until you find out. Wait until you find out what he was texting.
Where this story is headed, I'm just like, what?
If you text me at 2 in the morning, I'm not gonna see it till like 5:36 anyway, and then I'm gonna be looking at you like, "What the hell are you texting me for?"
What was going on?
What's happening?
So I'm laughing so hard I'm crying. All right. So he's like, "Hey man, you'll never guess who I met." And I said, "Oh, I happened to be up at that time." So I was like, "Oh, who?" He's like, "Oh, I met Paul Pierce." I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." For those that don't know, Paul Pierce used to play in the NBA. Like, I think he retired. I don't even remember when he retired. But like, I'm not some big Paul Pierce. Like, I don't care whether you met. Like, to text me at 2 in the morning that you met Paul Pierce isn't gonna be. I'm not gonna be like, "Oh shit, bro, you met Paul Pierce? That's so cool. You're so cool. That's amazing." But hold on. I just say, "Oh, that's all right." Wait, I say, "All right, that's all right." I don't think another thing of it. I'm scrolling my Facebook feed. I see Dr. Brooks, and she's like, "Guess who I just ran into? Paul Pierce." and Paul Pierce is in the picture. So I know she's not lying. Like, he's there. All right. Now we already discussed Dr. Brooks is based on the West Coast. I am in New Jersey, and so is this asshole that's fucking lying about meeting Paul Pierce. He's just lying to friends of his about meeting Paul Pierce.
But, okay.
Morning. What's happening? Men are not okay.
Okay, that's crazy. But maybe he met somebody he thought was Paul Pierce, and the person lied.
Paul Pierce is like 6'7", and he looks like Paul Pierce. He was lying. He didn't
Listen,
meet some guy. There's
it
not
was,
some
it was
random
another player.
6'7"
It was another.
guy that looks like exactly like Paul Pierce.
Okay, I got a
No,
story.
he
I
just
got
saw
a story.
picture of Paul Pierce on the internet and was like, "It would be cool if I told Chris that I met Paul Pierce." That's
Did
weird.
you tag him? Did you tag him?
So hold on. This happened a few days ago, right?
Does he know he got caught?
I inboxed him. I'm laughing so hard I'm sweating. I inboxed him and I was like, "Hey man, did you see my status about?" Because I mentioned this on social media, so I was like, "Did you see my status?" And like days went by, right? And that like, and he didn't say anything, and I sent him a question mark. And just last night, he was like, "Hey man, come on, just leave me alone, okay?"
Shut up.
Okay,
I laughed. So
I got
hard.
a story.
I got so hard because it was an admission on like he couldn't verbalize like I did not meet Paul Pierce and I lied to impress a friend, but he did it not like.
Well,
hey,
wait.
man,
I'm gonna help him out. I'm gonna help him out just a smidge, only because I know this to be a thing, and only because in my 20s I participated in some foolery that was hilarious to me at the time. All right, me and my homegirl, because I lived in Boston when Paul Pierce was playing. So just imagine this is in the same era, okay? These are active players at the time. Me, my homegirl, and my homeboy, we went out to a bar, and we're hanging out at the bar, and we're having a great time. And this white girl sees me and my homegirl and my homeboy, which I have to say is not even 6 feet tall. I want to just point that out. That's very
Well, this is a racist story. I already know where this is headed.
Oh, no, it's not racist. It's not racist. But you know how it's a white bar. I just want to point out it's a white bar. We're in a Boston white bar. It's 3 black people where the chocolate chips and the cookies.
They're playing Dropkick Murphys in there, and
so anyway, this white girl takes an interest in the guy that's with us. Because there's this weird.
Don't tell me she thought this 5'10" man was Paul Pierce. Please don't tell me that.
Not Paul Pierce. We told her because we were like, we told her that he was Kenny Anderson. And when she thought that he was Kenny Anderson, I kid you not, she went full groupie crazy. Oh. Right, and she. So I'm just going in his defense. Perhaps he met someone who was presented to him as Paul Pierce. I'm just saying that, like maybe he thought he met Paul Pierce because I have witnessed this happening, despite the fact that our friend was a good 5'10" on a
best day.
A good day. He was not over 6 feet, and she full went crazy.
This is white peopling though.
Right.
That's all that is.
Yeah. So I'm saying your friend, might not understand what Paul Pierce looks like and met a tall Negro and perhaps thought that was Paul Pierce.
Wait, to paint the picture for you, excuse me. This is a 42-year-old black man who I've known since I was a little kid, who has followed the NBA closely his entire life. He knows who the fuck Paul Pierce is. Knock it off. He knows. If he met Taylor Swift and didn't know, I would get that. He should definitely know what Paul Pierce looks like. He was lying.
But if he's never met Paul Pierce,
listen,
I knew him immediately. And
that's what I'm saying. He looks like Paul Pierce because he has. No, the thing is,
I knew exactly who it was. I don't know. I'm just trying to help him out. Like perhaps he met someone.
Y'all know that I can easily go viral with a post. I've done it before. I'll do it again. So the grace that I gave my friend was not tagging him and letting everybody know who he is.
I know.
I'm like Diane Foster, which I did just now. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry, D. Foster. No, I'm sorry, Diane.
Stop.
No, but the point is,
she even said it. She was
no,
like,
he doesn't.
Oh, Chris is putting Stop.
Okay, I'm sorry. No, but the thing is, that was the grace that I gave him, not like dragging him in front of everybody. What I'm not going to give him grace on is what I'm not going to give him grace on is maybe he mistakenly no he lied for like clout to like impress another man in the middle of the night for no reason. A man that doesn't make
night that bothers me the most.
He makes more money than I do. Like I know he does. So why are you trying to impress me at 2 a.m. with lies? The men are not okay.
The men are not okay.
The men are not okay.
We can get back to student debt. I'm done. I know he's going to see this, and I want him to see it. I know you were lying. I know you were lying, bro. Why? There's no reason to lie to me. There's no reason.
It really isn't. Because all he's going to do, all he's going to do is put you on blast. If you lie to Chris, he gonna make a post about it. He gonna talk about you on the live show. Like, don't lie. Don't try to impress Chris with a lie. We're going to know about it. The whole world is going to know. And when we're going to laugh at you, I try to help you a little bit, bro. I was like, maybe you met somebody that looked like Paul Pierce and you thought it was Paul Pierce. And maybe that person is mistaken for Paul Pierce all the time. You know, there's a lot of dudes that get over.
I mean, listen, if a person named Derek wants to lie to me about, oh wait, never mind.
Oh Lord. Anyway, I've known tall, like super tall dudes who like pretend to be basketball players because they're just and they go to bars and they try to get like free stuff. Like the kid that was in Vegas last week pretending to be
Justin Bieber.
Right. Yeah, Justin Bieber. Like people do that. It's a thing. So I'm giving you an out, bro. Just go with even if it's not true, bro. If you're watching this, I gave you the out. So go ahead and use it. Lie again. Like I'm giving you the win, okay? This is the loophole.
I gotta just tell y'all the laugh that came out of my lungs when I saw Michelle in a room with Paul Pierce on the West Coast. Like I was like, I don't believe it. I went back to the conversation.
I am so sorry. Tell your friend I am sorry.
No, don't
The
universe was like, look at this lie.
The universe said, because it's not a coincidence. I don't believe that was it was too perfect. Like, how you gonna get a text or call at 2 a.m. about Paul Pierce, and then immediately thereafter, the internet was like, "Here, have look at this."
Why? Like, why? Again, I'm still. Why did he pick Paul Pierce? If he wanted to impress me,
I told you, I'm giving him the out.
He could have picked somebody that he knew was on the
name
East Coast.
I gave you the out. I gave you the win.
But why not Google celebrities on the East Coast? Somebody that you know is on the East Coast and be like, oh, you'll never guess what I saw in New York.
You just ran into somebody who was pretending to be Paul Pierce and he looked like him. He was tall too. Just go with the
I'm Paul Pierce. I'm 6'7". No one did that. No, this nigga lied to me.
It happens. Tall dudes do it all the time. I've seen it in person. If you are over 6'5", you can go in a club and pretend to be any player you want to be, and people will believe you. I just know this happens. So I'm giving you the out there. Take the out, okay? Oh my God. You got us all the way off track. But yes,
I'm sorry. We can get back to serious stuff, but it was funny. I can't remember what you said, but you said something, and it just reminded me of that story. And I could not look at Rochelle's face without cracking up because all I could think is she actually met Paul Pierce and had a conversation with him.
I don't know. Paul Pierce curved me, by the way.
That's all I know.
What, by the way?
I said Paul Pierce curved me, by the way. I asked for a picture, and he was like,
"Oh, nah, he said he was with his girl, right?"
Yeah, I'm with my girl right now.
Well, first of all, that's the universe saving you as well. I just and I wish people would stop interviewing to Paul Pierce because every time I see a quote from him, I'm like, why is he so stupid? Like, he's not known for being the brightest basketball player to ever play ball. So, like, you don't really want that picture. I'm just saying. I spent, like, I would have to say they were in their heyday. Him and Antoine, and I was in the clubs when they were in the clubs, and I, personally, you dodged a bullet. You did a good job. You're good. You're good. That's all I will say. I just don't.
What you're saying is, Dr. Brooks should not have a little baby Paul Pierce.
God, you don't want dumb kids, do you? Like, I mean, oh wait,
I don't know. I mean, listen. I mean, he could hoop. Maybe you have like a balling baby that also helps people with.
And I have to say, like,
Wait, are you guys talking about me having kids with Paul Pierce?
I'm a psychopath. I apologize.
I would just say that I
He's
just
like,
can't.
no.
He's like, no. There's a
No,
lot.
Hold
Like,
on. Rochelle knows that I'm not a serious person because the first time we met in person,
Oh God.
I brought puppets to dinner. You get mad when I bring my puppets like on stream.
she was like,
I had like
at dinner.
I came and I
So-
sat
so-
down at the
So,
table.
Dr. Brooks, how'd you deal with that? Because see, here I just take them off the screen.
I recorded it for him. I'm a
See, Kai,
great
some
hype
people
man.
like puppets, ma'am.
We're gonna
Thank you
give you a
very
whole
much.
puppet show. We're gonna do a whole.
I did. I had my little puppet Gloria Kincaid, my little ostrich puppet, and I flirted with the waiter, and the waiter kind of flirted with me back. It was weird.
The waiter blushed, yes.
A little bit. He blushed a little bit. You know.
I don't know
You,
what
and,
to
you
say.
and Name Redacted were cracking up.
Oh gosh, let's not go there.
It's fine. It's fine. I wish her all the best.
Okay.
Lord.
Now we're
Okay.
not getting into my shenanigans. Again, I'm a man, and we already established that the men are not okay.
Men are not okay. But I think the puppet.
Are you admitting that now?
Like,
I never said it wasn't the case. No.
Okay. I'll take it.
you have to admit the puppet thing is weird. It was weird. It's weird. It's
It was
interesting.
fun though. It was
It's
fun.
fine. It's funny. It's weird. It's still weird. But we're gonna give you a whole puppet show. Like, I'm gonna give you a whole.
Oh,
we're gonna have a whole
Please,
show.
like I'll.
We
the
should
characters will
pick
come
up
in and
puppets
out.
on the like the what is the picture for the video. It's gonna be your puppets. You should send me pictures of your puppets, and we're gonna do a whole. We'll do a whole thing.
I'll make
We'll do a whole thing.
I'll make an entire like show with puppets, like a half an hour long. And
I
you can
will.
just- I'm not even kidding.
I'm
We can
not.
just do whatever you
I'm
want. I'll
going to let you do it because
don't
what
throw
else?
me a good time.
why not? Like,
I'll go
I'm really a why not person. I think that's why people think they can share things with me because I'm not super judgmental. Like, I'm just like, yeah, you know,
Right.
like I really like. Don't get me wrong, I still judge. Like, you do something crazy, I'm gonna be like, okay, so that was crazy, but I'm okay with it. Like, I'm gonna still be like, okay, it's cool, but
I think it's because you know my heart's in the right place, even though I'm a weirdo. I try my best. I'm trying.
I feel like, you know, I don't know. Even my daughter, we were talking about it. I like people talk to me and they just share. I feel like they overshare. Like, I feel like I don't know if it's my face. I don't know if I feel like safe or like feel safe to people. You know, I don't know what it is, but I get a lot of oversharing, and I'm like,
one of my favorite things about you is like sometimes I'll send a link and you'll be like, nope, I'm not clicking that. I refuse. I'm not because I know this is unhinged nonsense. I'm not gonna look at it. I'm still your friend. We'll still do the show, but I'm not looking at this shit right now, you weirdo. I love it. Love it.
It's not because I learned fast. The thing is, I learned fast. I clicked it probably one link a long time ago and was like, oh, okay. So that's what we do. So then from that point forward, whenever you send a link, I'm like, nope, not gonna give me a
not doing it. You wait for everybody else to look at it and like kind of see what it is. And,
I sometimes
and report back.
You send stuff to the group chat, and literally, this is me.
Can I ask how y'all know each other?
Huh? No, we've never met in person.
We've never met in person. We've never met. No,
that's going to be a whole show in itself when we all get together.
Oh my god, I can't wait. First of all, we're gonna have to do it at some point. It's gonna have to happen. But Rochelle, it's the same situation that I had with you, where we have like-minded goals and just like-minded thoughts on politics and things in general. Develop a rapport, and then like the same way you were on the East Coast and you were like, hey, you want to link up? If Kai is ever on.
I got invited.
Wait, whole dinner, you won't even have to stay at a motel or a hotel. I said a motel,
okay.
Motel, Holiday Inn. No, but like you can stay here. It's fine. Like I'm just saying, like.
Okay, just so you know, I have to work, but I got invited to come out there next week, and I couldn't.
Next week?
I can't go.
Come on. Where? Wait, no.
I got invited.
I don't care about the show right now.
I have to work. I got student loans to pay, damn it. Listen, I can't
Come
take
out here.
No, is this an hour show?
It's you can leave whenever you want.
Listen, like
just be on here.
Sometimes I'm not gonna hold you. We've cut it off.
We're not gonna hold you hostage or anything.
But we roll for like 2 hours isn't out of the question for us.
Right. We should have told you that. We should have said that to her. We didn't give
Really,
her.
really
She
should have.
stayed up all
And we
night.
had
She's
plenty
sorry.
of
She
time
gotta
to
go to sleep, bro.
inform her, and we really just didn't. I think we dropped the ball on that.
Sorry, my bad. It's actually Chris's fault. I'm gonna give that one to you. That's your
I
friend.
could commit to an hour.
Okay, we got you. Like,
Okay,
but
right.
yes, I was invited out there next week, but I can't do the Monday, Tuesday, so that's why.
No,
Yeah,
because I'm saying like you could meet my kid.
I know I couldn't pull it off. I was like, I gotta go to work, but I did get the invite, and I was like, damn, it would have been nice.
You know, it'd be cool because there's been so many times where we've been doing the show and Christian just walks in and he just like because he's not like.
He's not on the screen. He just walks around.
Yeah, he didn't like all that stuff. He's not his dad in that regard, and that's okay. Everybody's different, you know. But like, he would probably be like, "Is this the one that you do that?" Like in his like teenager voice, like, "Is this the one that you do that show with?" Because like, I think I recognize her voice. I'm like, "Yeah, that's her." Okay, hey, nice to meet you. And he'd be all nice and shit.
My teenager is also home, but she doesn't come in here. She just texts me. Like I just get texts.
That's my
She texts me from the living room, like, "Mom, can I do this or whatever?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like you see me texting.
It's
okay.
Funny.
Wait. But Dr. Brooks is going to leave us, so we gotta get back to the serious stuff for a moment.
Okay.
Because like I said, you know my situation. I've been paying my student loans forever. Yeah. Thoughts, suggestions?
I'm gonna say something that probably won't feel good in the moment, but I think we need to reconceptualize how we're approaching education. I think education should be seen as a public good, a reparative public good, right? Anybody should be able to go to school. Anybody should be able to learn for free. And I think that's what we need to be organizing around, ensuring that everybody has access to it. Now, once we have debt, right? So for those of us that are already saddled with this debt for life, we need to think about ways to get rid of it. Cancel student loan debt. You know, we had a huge push during the Biden administration to cancel student loan debt. And we had a ton of wins, right? So yeah, I consider that things that we can do in the meantime on our journey to ensuring that everyone has access to education for free, college for all. For you in your specific situation, I think we would have to sit down and talk because everybody's situation is different. For example, for me, I have PSLF. So all of the payments, I've never made a student loan payment, by the way. I am a student loan debt striker, and I have credit.
What's PSLF? I'm sorry. I don't mean to.
No, what I talked about at the beginning, public service loan forgiveness, right? So because I'm in education, I am able to get public service loan forgiveness. I was able to, right? That may be changing soon. They're trying to get rid of it. ICE agents get it though. That's interesting.
Surprise.
Not teachers. That's what they're pushing for right now.
ICE
Right, exactly. So it really depends on your situation. So with me, I have like 76 payments credited to me on my PSLF. And I've never made a single payment. How does that happen? That happens by signing up for IDR, right? So if you sign up for income-driven repayment plan and your payment is zero, every single month that you pay zero, it counts towards that clock, right?
Okay.
Wait. Can you do me a favor? I don't know if it chopped up on the stream itself, but as soon as you said that, it started chopping up on my thing.
I want you to do me a favor. Put your link in the chat and I'll put it on the screen so people can find you.
Yeah, because the thing is like thank you, Kai, because like as she was saying the most important part, it was literally chopping up on my feed. So I didn't want it to be something that was missed. So not only should she send the link, but I think she should say it again just in case. Maybe I'm being paranoid. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah. So one of the ways to get to student loan debt cancellation is through PSLF, right? PSLF, you make 120 payments if you're in public service and your debts will be canceled. It'll be forgiven. For me, I've never made a single payment, but I'm still credited 76 payments towards this PSLF forgiveness. Now, people are always asking me how that happened. One of the ways to get get those payments credited is to sign up for income-driven repayment plans. You sign up for income-driven repayment plans, and if your payment is zero, every month that you make a payment of zero, it counts towards that clock, right? It counts as one of those 120 payments. But IDR had a zero payment for a couple of years, so all of those payments counted. In addition to those, during the pandemic, when we were on the moratorium, all of those payments counted. So, yeah, there's different hacks to be able to get to that cancellation. There's different hacks to be able to get your payment to zero. I will say, under this administration, it's a lot tougher. Under the Biden administration, we were a lot more successful with getting people's payments to zero and getting folks' debts canceled. But we're still organized, and I think that brings home the point that it shouldn't be dependent on who's in office, right? We want to have. We want to organize. We want to build our collective power despite who's in office, because it shouldn't. Their determination of what's important, our future shouldn't hinge on that. So we're still fighting for public education. We're still fighting for college for all. We're still fighting for kids to eat free. We're still fighting for people to eat free. You talked about that earlier, Chris, pushing it and saying all kids should eat free. I think all people should eat free. I think everybody
all people should be housed, and all people should be able to eat, and all people should have medical care. I feel like those should be basic things.
Exactly.
Every night there's a supermarket down the street from me, and every night I see them just basically throw a bunch of food away when I drive past. Like there's you can kind of see behind this, and there's just a bunch of shit, and they just throw it. And you know what? Like, if someone's hungry, let them look at that apple and be like, this isn't poisoned food. It's a little bad maybe, but some of those apples might be good, and some of those apples might be the difference between an unhoused person getting the nourishment and nutrition that they need, like, to survive for the night, versus and instead of having a system where we kind of say, hey, let's look at all the best apples in the bunch and we'll set them aside and say, hey, free apples. We're saying capitalism is what we should do, and it's like, no, it's to write it off as a loss and not feed. And I know that there's programs. Wait. I'm sorry. I'm rambling. I get pissed off.
We got the money to feed everybody good apples.
Yeah, it's enough for everybody. The crazy thing is, those stores, if the employees eat that food that they're throwing away or take that food home, they'll be charged with theft. That's the crazy part. Like, even the employees who may not make enough in those stores to feed their families, they can't take that food home. That's even crazier to me, that they'll be charged with theft if they decide they want to, or they'll get fired if they try to eat that food that's being tossed out. We shouldn't even be tossing out food. People should be able to eat it. But even the people that work in those stores that might need that food can't have that food. We got a broken system when it comes down to, which brings me to my point. Vote. Everybody vote. You have to pick representatives who see the problem with the system and want to fix it. You cannot keep skipping these elections. Like, we got the midterms coming up.
Local elections are more important.
Local elections are super important. You really need to get involved. I can't emphasize this enough. Every election, there's something. Yeah. Pay attention. See what's on the ballot. Vote people. The people that you put into office are making those rules. They're making the laws. They are making decisions that affect you in everyday life. And I see a lot of folks, because of lack of education, are not voting. You have to vote.
Can I say one more thing in that regard? And I'll let you finish. Everything you said is right. People need to vote. There are those who are disenfranchised by the two-party system, and I don't want to speak for everyone here, but I think we're all in simpatico in this way. It's like, none of us like the two-party system. None of us enjoy that, it's this binary choice of like racism and scorpions, or like, non-racist, ineffectual fucking government. Everyone's wrong, but at the end of the day, it's like, hey, let's just vote for Democrats because that's the system we're in. Don't vote for Jill Stein. You know what? I'm not even gonna put that in your I'm not. That's my editorial.
When it comes to the president,
but I feel like there's a lot of people that are like, well, everyone's bad, so like, fuck it. And it's like, Jill Stein ain't never winning nothing. So what are you doing? Like, yeah. And
that's also, a whole show in itself. But like, let's series. Yeah, let's get Dr. Brooks on her lovely Saturday. Let's get her. Like, thank you for coming up and joining us today.
By the way, Kai, I told you she'd be great. I told you.
We need to bring you back.
Am I wrong?
Important subject.
I'm a silly person, but I know I'm unserious, but I know serious motherfuckers. That's all I know.
I don't know. Am I serious or unserious? I
You're
don't know.
you're okay. Well, so first of all, you have unserious tendencies, but come on, you know that you're more serious than I am. Cut it out.
I know I'm more serious than you, but I can't. Like,
That's a low bar.
that's a low bar. That's not hard, okay? But I can't tell. Like,
we're literally talking to someone that watched me flirt with a waiter as an ostrich. Like,
right.
at a serious dinner.
I'm not that, but like I realize that I'll post something serious, but then I'll turn around and post something completely unserious, and like I don't know.
Let me friend you. I'm unserious and unhinged on Facebook. I will say that.
Okay, yes. Please send me a friend request, please.
Oh my God, you guys aren't friends. Knock
We're
it
not
off.
friends.
That's
We're not.
crazy.
You introduced us
Wait a
to
second.
the show.
Wait. I'm gonna call this right now. Y'all remember this in 5 years. Y'all are gonna Facebook.
Oh no,
friends.
she's in LA because I'm
you're gonna
LA.
meet up on the West Coast, and y'all are gonna be besties. I'm calling it now. I'm calling it now.
I'm gonna be in LA. Like I'm coming to LA. I'm gonna be there in like 6 hours.
LA ain't that far from you. That's what I'm saying.
No.
Like, y'all can have some mimosas or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Here,
Y'all, I want
one more comment.
Oh,
Yeah,
here's Diane Foster, full legal name. What she said.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about too.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. No. You know, I didn't mean to joke. She actually brought up like a real serious point. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, it is a thing. Like our society is broken. Can we just admit that the United States is kind of a trash country right now, and we got so much work. And it's not okay. And I have to say, as a Black person, it's not our job. It's not our job to fix this.
Not at all.
It's not our job to fix this. We just gotta look out for ourselves and let them fix it because they broke it, and it's been broken since the inception, and they got a lot to work on. And we've been pointing out the problems for literally decades, and they've just ignored us. So at this point, I'm like, well, good luck with that. But I do affect change. When we talk offline, Dr. Brooks, I'll tell you the stuff that I'm familiar with because I think that program might work for me, but I need to see if I qualify for it. So
yeah, hit me up. Come to our events. Go to deckcollective.org. Look at our events. We're having workshops pretty regularly. We give updates. We send out memos. Everything y'all need to stay up to date on all the happenings around student loan debt, around housing organizing, around medical debt organizing. We're coming for healthcare for all, education for all. Woo! Yeah, housing for all. We're coming for all of it. So follow us. Tap in.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. I'm gonna let you go get some rest. I know it's a lot on a Saturday morning. I know this is intense.
Wait, hold on, Rochelle. Hold on. Wait a second.
I'm about to go.
I know you need to leave. Can I hold you for 2 more minutes, please?
What is it?
Because
it's not good. It's not good. Look, you see the face, right? You see it.
Show me.
He's also foolery.
He's watching, and he says, "Hey, don't say anything more about that Paul Pierce stuff." Wait. I'm going to read it in real time.
Oh my goodness!
Hey, ready? Hey man, I get it. You are a feminist, but I really don't need you putting my name out there for the Paul Pierce thing. Did I lie to you? Yes, I did.
Hey, he said he lied. It's a win. Take the win. Okay. All right.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Derek, for exposing you.
I knew he was going to be watching, and I knew it. It's fine because that nigga didn't meet Paul Pierce. I'm sorry for using the N-word. I don't like to use it. I don't really use it in my personal life. But no, he was lying for no reason. And he admitted it.
They're not okay. All right.
That's it. That's all I need to say before she got off. Rochelle, thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, y'all.
Please give Sky a hug for me. She's the cutest baby in the world. Okay, she left. She's gone. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Kai. Sorry.
Hi.
I got elevated because he texted me in real time and I couldn't believe it.
He's watching. Oh, look, bro, just don't do that no more. Don't do that. That's not good. That was not well done at all. And Paul Pierce is not that great anyway. So pick a different player.
I would have been more impressed by Shaquille O'Neal, Michael Jordan,
somebody else.
Say somebody like. Anyway.
Yes. All right. She just added me as a friend. All right. There we go. So I just added. I just got that.
I'm pretty good at picking guests, though, right? Am I pretty good?
No. I like the guest thing. We're doing pretty good with the guest thing. I have some other people that I'm trying to get scheduled because Saturday morning is tough. It's a tough thing to get people on a Saturday morning.
It really is tough. There's somebody that I've been really wanting on the show for a while that Sarah knows. I won't say their name just in case they're like, nah.
In case they get us a rejection, like, no, I don't know. Right. You guys, who are you? And no, and then you guys don't know how to behave, and then no.
But shout out to my podcast co-host Sarah Tony.
Yeah, Sarah was going to join us today, but she couldn't make it. We're a little sad about it, but it's okay.
Happens.
It happens. I don't know what y'all gonna do when I can't make it. Y'all gonna do the stream without me?
I mean, man, listen. I don't know. You're the glue. You're the glue that holds this whole thing together. So I don't know.
You gonna do it without me? I'll be in the bed sick, just pushing the buttons. Like
wait. Every time, no, just sitting in the bed sick, and then every time you hear me say something in a pocket, you just hit the boo button, like boo, boo, boo.
Pushing buttons, like I can't be on, but I push the button.
Every time I'm like, hey, wait a second, and then I come in with some puppets and shit, just boo, boo.
Oh my God, that is so funny. I'm so tickled that he watched and texted you, Lord. I do get texts when people
he watched, but let me tell. Okay, so let me tell you why it's interesting that he watched, and I think it's because and just bear with me, our audiences. There's a little bit of a split, despite us kind of aligning politically on a lot of things. If you look at my Facebook page, like if you looked at the analytics of my Facebook page, it's overwhelmingly men that like it. Despite
I got some news for you. Overwhelmingly on my Facebook, I have more male. So
really?
Interesting. Like what's really interesting is YouTube is more female, but it's only slightly. I'm really on a 50-50. Men and women viewers. I found out, and like I guess I'm like rage bait for the men that hate women. I don't know.
That's probably what it is. Like for
they love watching my stuff and they love my content, even if they don't hit the like button. They are engaged. And fellas, I know you're there. Like y'all don't know that I know, but I read my analytics and turns out Facebook for a long time was all over 60% male. It's great. It's slowly evening out, but still more men than women. Crazy, right?
But I'm glad you said that because the analytics don't lie, and the kind of the kind of Facebook groups that I've created, like feminist spaces, and I've been accused by men of being like, you're just clout chasing for the women, and you're just like it's like no, these things are what I believe, and what's crazy about those men that are the most vocal, right, is that like as of last night I checked my analytics. 70% of my followers are men.
Yeah, no, I
know. So it's like, well, these men are appreciating my content. They're not mad at these feminist groups that I'm doing, but it's that little.
Or they might be. They might be. You might have a little mix. It's weird because I don't know. Remember Howard Stern? I don't know Howard Stern is he still around?
He's on satellite radio, but yeah.
Okay, so Howard Stern started off in the DC market way back in the early 80s. I don't know if you know this, but he did.
I'm unbelievably versed in Howard Stern lore of all things.
Okay. So when he started, my dad listened to him.
My dad too.
And which was weird, like even back
my dad just got his my dad who just talking into student debt collective and student debt in general. My dad just graduated from Brown. Like shout out to my pop.
Shout out to Dad because you told me that.
Getting a Ivy League degree just like in his 60s for no reason. But like we listened to Howard Stern a lot. So like like there were a lot of people, like smart people, who were probably listening to Howard Stern and like it's like anyway.
So
I'm rambling.
So they did. He was doing all this terrible stuff and on the radio, which at the time was just really new, like just saying crazy stuff all the time. And my dad was listening to it, and I was like, what the hell are we listening to? I was very confused at the time. But what they did is they found out that the people who hated him listened to his show longer than the people who liked him. And I think
this was a plot point in his movie Private Parts, which I saw in the theater with my dad. It was like, and I remember exactly what you're talking about, where it was like, they surveyed the people, and it was like, the people that hate you, why are you? No, it's like the people that love you. You know, they ask them why you want to listen, and they said, I want to hear what he says next, and then. The people that hated him, they were like, why do you listen? And it was like, I want to hear what he says next. It was the same answer.
Right. Yeah. So this is the same thing with us. Like, I find that I have men who really don't like what I have to say at all, but they watch everything that I do. And I think that's funny because I'm like, I don't watch people that I don't like what they say. Like, I don't care, but I realize that I have a lot of male and some of them are cool, but there's a lot of men who watch the videos that I make and the shows that we do, and they just don't like what I'm saying at all, but they watch it anyway. And I just think it's weird because I'm like, why are you doing that? But there's
all you're doing is minding your business and posting the content that you believe in, and they are gravitating towards your stuff. Like, what? It's like, hey,
they gravitate towards. As much as these men who hate feminism, all they do is watch feminist content. That's literally what they do. And
that's what.
And the thing is,
I don't sit around watching Chris Brown videos in my spare time. The algorithm,
what it does is that if you click on like me and watch my video, and then you comment on it, it says, oh, you like this type of content, and then the algorithm gives you more of it. So if you're hate watching this content and you keep consuming it, then it keeps, because they'll complain, why is this in my feed? Like, I don't think, and I'm like, I don't,
not understanding their
behavior is creating, is curating their content. And I just think it's funny because I'm like, I'm in your feed because you watch content like me. You watch feminist content, you watch women talk about the men are not okay, and that makes you upset, but you watch it anyway. And that's weird to me. Like, I don't, you know, me and my bubble, I stay in it. Like, I don't want to see anything that's going to disrupt my emotional well-being. Like, I'm just like, let me log off.
Neither do I. But can I say something to the men that are probably watching this?
Yeah.
Okay. And I kind of want to say this in like a serious tone because I'm serious. You know, I know I'm usually
right now.
doing this.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
We're serious now.
I'm serious now. Men, if you're watching this and you're uncomfortable or you think that, oh, I'm being a simp, right? I'm using their language by, you know, engaging with women in intellectual topics. I really, truly believe that you need to take a minute to just have some introspection to yourself and understand that if you're mad at women or you think that women don't treat you well, think about how much you talk to them, and not talk to them like, oh, I want to stick my penis in them, but talk to them as human beings on actual topics that affect the world, and think about how you value them. And I'm not a religious person, but there's, you know, the thing like from like love others as you love yourself. And it's like, hey, if you love others as you love yourself, you would want to be taken seriously when you're bringing things up, right? So it's like, if you, for whatever reason, fundamentally just don't take things that women say seriously in regards to anything, whether it's you know, complaints or what men are doing, if you don't take these things seriously, I can't understand how you would expect people to take your plights seriously as well, because it's like, what's good.
That's the part that's really crazy, because they're like, oh, we're having this crisis with men, and everything is difficult, and
male loneliness and
mental health, and then the women are making fun of us, and it's like, stop. Let's stop right there. It's not women that are making fun of your mental health crisis. Let's just be honest. It's not women that caused your mental health crisis. Patriarchy and sexism is the problem. And it's men that were making fun of you for crying. And it's men making fun of you for not being strong. And it's men making fun of you for not being stoic. And it's men who are not listening to each other to, help each other along. And it's men who are not creating programs for men to help them through these issues. Like there's still
can I say one thing?
Yeah.
Everything you said was absolutely correct. I think what some of these men, the mistake that some of these men make is that they encounter women who have dealt with the same patriarchy that they have dealt with, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they will have women who will want them to be stoic and want them to be that, and they, instead of judging people on their own individual merits, they say, well, see, that's what these bitches be wanting,
right? Exactly.
And then they kind of internalize that shit, and it's like, oh, look,
this is mine right now. It used to be 60. I told you.
Okay, hold on. Let me find mine, and I'll send it to you. But let's just while I'm looking for mine, let's look at.
Just in case anybody was like, she's lying. That's me right now. That is the percentage breakdown of
54. Okay, 54% men is crazy. So
right. Look at the age range too.
Let's see. Hold on. Okay,
like,
so
the older they are, the more men. Do you see that?
Yeah. Oh. All right. No, hold on. Wait.
He said, "No, I'm putting mine up there too." In case anybody,
because the thing, I'm trying to pull it up because I don't want to make the show too long, but I really want to pull it up because it's the point that you're making. Like, you're absolutely right. I'm not trying to glaze you and be like, oh.
No, and I think I know that people are like, oh, Kai hates men, and you know, everyone that knows me knows that's not true. But I have been pointing out these issues for decades now, and I keep telling men, because y'all are not okay. It's the patriarchy. Is y'all got to fight that too. It's like white people and racism. It's like you got to break the system that's harming you. And it harms women as well. But hello, the reason why you're having such a hard time is because of the system that you're using to stomp and control women. It's breaking you too. So you have to create spaces and create programs to help men, what is it? Like, break down patriarchy. Like, let's end patriarchy, and then everybody can grow and be okay. Like, that's the problem.
I literally just sent It's the group chat with me, you, and Sarah. My numbers. And before these numbers come on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to be super clear and understand that the majority of people think that most of my views come from women, and that I'm just against men, and and like it's like, oh, you're a simp, you just whatever, like whatever pejorative statements about a man who cares about women on earth. I don't know. Like, I don't think that's crazy. But like, if you think that I'm just like, oh, everything I do is for women,
right?
Whenever you're ready, you can show that.
We should make this a whole thing. Like, is it sneak watchers? Because you got 70%. That's crazy.
70. Fam, look, the numbers don't lie.
The numbers don't lie.
70% of the people that engage with my content are men, and
right,
and you know how much pro-woman feminist content I release, and
hey, I think
the numbers don't lie.
The statistics are telling on them.
The men aren't okay. That's the thing. It's like these girls
let's make this a positive thing. At least they're watching. At least they're engaging. At least they're seeing it. They could just not be, but it's gotta be doing something. We've got to be doing something because they're here clearly watching.
But that's why sometimes when we're on the show, I'm like, I'm going to talk to the men because I know there's men watching.
Yes, there's definitely men watching.
I know there are. So
there's definitely men watching.
I want them to understand that it's like, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Like, you love others as you love yourself. So if there are things that you don't like women doing or whatever, like, hey, like, maybe you shouldn't do that shit to them, and maybe you should listen to women's problems.
Hold on, I got another one, and this one, keep talking. I just showed you.
It's fine. I pretty much said what I want to say, so you can pull it up.
I just want to, I know that they're like, Kai is lying. It's only women watching her content. It's not men. I just want to point out I showed you Facebook. I showed you it's 54% Facebook. And don't get me wrong, I love that women watch my content because that's what I'm generally talking to. You talk to the men, I talk to the women. That's what I'm doing. But just in case anybody's like, oh, on YouTube, we're not watching it.
No, those are people. Those are people that frankly don't understand the analytics. Like, look, 59.9, 40. So you have so we're doing a show right now where someone has 59.9% male interaction, and then the co-host that they invite on the show literally has what was it, 70%?
70, yeah.
So, we're just talking to the women. No, we're talking to everybody.
Only women are watching us.
Only women are watching. Knock it off. Knock it off.
Are they?
Wait, hold on. I'm being serious when I say this. Based on your numbers and based on my numbers, I almost feel like it would be fair to say that this is a majority male watch show if you think about it.
It is. And the thing is, I've known for a long time. This is okay. I just want you to know I've been watching my analytics for years. I've known this for years. I haven't really publicly talked about it, but I've known it for years because I think it's funny. As many times as men are like trying to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, that it's just a bunch of feminist nonsense, that only women believe that, or whatever it may be. The thing is that always made me giggle is that I'm always more educated on the subject than I actually talk about it. Like, that's just my thing. I'm more quiet than I am vocal. And I've been sitting back watching these numbers for years, and I'm always tickled because I'm like, y'all talking like y'all are not watching when I can see you. like there's information that tells me that you're there. So this is the first time I've revealed like publicly that I have more male audience viewers, whatever, on all platforms. I think except for, and I will say I'm new to Threads, so I haven't even been on Threads a year yet.
Right. I've been trying to crack the Threads nut.
Except for Threads. The Threads is the only place that I have. I think it's about even. I have to check, but it's not a significant more men than women on Threads. That's the only place. Everywhere else is always more men, always. And I just think it's funny because I'm like, y'all are definitely watching. So, but I'm still speaking to the women. I just have to say that, like, I'm putting my stuff out here. I'm talking to the ladies, and then if you get something from it, good. Although sometimes I will say, fellas, stop doing that. Like, if I say that, I'm trying to help you out. Like, if I actually say, listen to what I'm saying, try to help you out, try and get you somewhere, especially the ones that are lonely. It's like, you're lonely for a reason. Like, nobody wants to talk to you for a reason. Oh my God. The lonely men make me laugh.
So I did an episode of excuse me, my podcast with Sarah about male loneliness and like that whole thing, and it's almost a year ago at this point. I just found the audio because the reason I didn't release the episode was because I thought the audio was gone, yada yada. Anyway, I'm working on it now. So the point that I'm making when I say that is that some of the things that we discussed in that episode were things where it's like, hey, like, men, if you're lonely, you can make connections with people. And if you are not able to make connections with people, maybe your positions are not, the popular positions. And look, I'm not saying for people to do things because they're the popular thing, but
right.
I would encourage men to say, hey, like, if you think your position isn't that popular, just at least consider why it's not as popular and why women don't want to talk to you.
That requires introspection. That requires, let me look within myself to see if there's something that I'm doing that is making it so that people do not want to interact with me. And the problem is patriarchy says I'm a man and I'm right. And if I question that, then I'm questioning my manhood. So you're dealing with them. You really have to, like, I would say that's a good idea, but I would always ask the question, why do I feel like this affects my manhood if I question it? Like, why do I, what is this knee-jerk reaction to me not feeling like a man because I suddenly am questioning something that I thought about at some point? Like, that's the problem, because it's like everything is an attack on manhood. You're emasculating me. Like, this idea, this concept of manhood, and I'm less of a man if I block A, B, C, or D. That's what you need to be questioning. Because once you start breaking those down and you release yourself from the cage of patriarchy, like, I can go outside and talk to people and even talk to men in a platonic way because I just want to have some human interaction, and that doesn't make me less than a man. Like, there's, you know, you don't have to be lonely. There's people outside doing social stuff all the time. You can get up, go to a park, you can go play basketball.
How long have we been doing this show together now?
I think we started in April.
Yeah, like it's been a good minute now. And what I'll say is this: there are some men, and I'm just being honest about men, and like, because I know men, right? Because I'm a man, so I know men. And I'm not shitting on anybody. I'm just being real. Right. There are a lot of men who, if they were doing this show with you, and
they wouldn't be able to do it.
No, because the second you were like, oh, I'm gonna pause you, like, kind of in a joking way, but like in a joking, it's like, hey, like, I don't want this to be the direction of the show. Like, there are a lot of men who would like take that shit really seriously.
Yeah, well, no, it's an ego thing, like patriarchy.
That's why they would take it, because it's ego.
Yeah,
it's like,
but patriarchy.
Like, oh, you're not gonna let me talk. This is your show.
You're not in charge. I'm a man.
As soon as I start doing that, I know, hey, like I might get cut off. Like, that's what the nature of the show is, and I feel like a lot of men get in their feelings.
They do. Let me tell you, I've been hurting feelings of men since I was born. I came into this world with the ability to not cater to a male ego. Since very, very young, and I noticed it at a very young age. And it might be because I have some weird thing where I just
no, hold on.
No. I'm just saying
it's not a weird thing. What I think it is I think that again, not trying to use buzzwords or whatever, but like, because of patriarchy, right? Mm-hmm. Men have a certain mentality, right? So they think like, oh, I can say this, I can say that, because of just how society is set in the framing of patriarchy.
Right.
So when you challenge a man, or you say like, hey, like, what's wrong? Like, it almost like short circuits their brains, because it goes against. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The other side of patriarchy is conditioning women to not upset men. There's a conditioning that happens to women. The problem is, with me, that conditioning did not work. Okay, I came into the world and the patriarchal conditioning just skipped right over me, because I have been upsetting men. I have upset teachers. I had a teacher kick me out of class permanently because he was wrong about something, and I wouldn't let it go. I was like, no, that's incorrect. And I corrected him in front of the class, and he kicked me out of his class permanently. I was in 7th grade. It was geography. And the only thing is, he might have had a bad day. He might have had a brain blip or whatever. He was incorrect, and he kept saying it wrong. And I was like, no, that's not correct. And I went and got the dictionary, and I was like, look, this is you're using these terms incorrectly. And here's the definition of both. I got kicked out of class. The principal was called. Like, so the conditioning to not upset men, it just never worked on me. And it's like, I have noticed since I was very young that I have upset men a lot. And then I realized I just don't care also. Like I realized later it was like, oh, the conditioning didn't work on me. And I think that has something to do with me personally. It's just
No. It's because you don't want to take any shit, and frankly, like you shouldn't have to take shit, and like
right.
again, it goes back to what we were saying earlier in the episode with Dr. Rochelle Brooks, where it's like once you're educated, it's not
Right.
like they're making you liberal. It's like once you're educated, like, hey, I don't have to
Right.
take this shit. This isn't how this should be.
Yeah, it shouldn't. Like, and
Yeah,
again,
I can't tell you how many times I've been in situations with, and again, no disrespect to the Caucasians, but I've been in situations with white people where I'm the smartest guy in the room, literally the smartest guy in the room that can figure everything out, and because of my skin tone, I've been
you get the constant questioning,
disrespected, questioned, etc. Now, and legitimately, this is why I have dedicated as much as my life in the past few years as I have to feminist causes. It's because I understood. It's like in that moment, I saw people were not respecting my opinion because I was a black man. And all I could think was if I was a black woman, I wouldn't have even been able to raise my voice. I wouldn't have, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like I was afforded in certain situations,
yeah,
like a little bit of grace because I have a penis.
right.
Like,
No, I can't. I mean, I can't think
reason.
the amount of times I've been extremely angry, but I knew that me either raising my voice in anger or even you know how you get so mad that tears want to come out of your eyes, like you so mad that you can't cry. Like I've been there, and I know that if I cry, they'll say I'm an emotional woman, and if I yell, they'll say I'm out of control. So
you are an angry black woman that just
right. And
like,
so just having to navigate like living that life because of patriarchy is rough. And I know that's why I am empathetic to men's plight in terms of how things are right now and how like I see some men, I should be very clear. I see some men trying. I do. And I'll just acknowledge that I see some men seeing sort of like this is like I'm uncomfortable with this and I'm unhappy and I don't understand. What I don't see a lot of men understanding that patriarchy is the problem. Because they'll make posts about, oh, the male suicide rate is really high. And I'm like, yeah, because you're living under the cage of patriarchy and it's hurting you. And sexism hurts you too. And it's like racism hurts white people. All of these systemic, systems of oppression are hurting people that they elevate. These systems, they elevate you in some way, but they're hurting you at the same time. And until these people recognize that these systems have to be demolished, they have to be broken, dismantled. Until that happens, they're going to keep struggling with the same stuff. So when I see these men like, oh, suicide rates are high and men can't cry. Yeah, patriarchy. Dismantle it. Do something about it. Help everybody. You will help yourself if you help everyone get out of patriarchy. So, like, and again, and they're still expecting, because even then they still expect women to do the work. Why aren't there programs for boys? Because y'all ain't starting them. Women are making programs for girls. Women are very good at community. You can take a lesson from women in creating community. And I promise you, the other thing is, if men take the initiative and say, I really want to do this, can you mentor me? Can you help me understand the steps that I need? There would be so many women that would just pop up and be like, sure, this is what you need to do. No problem at all. But what women are not doing is taking the initiative, because it is not our issue. That's the part that's like, it's not our job. It's not our issue. You need to do it yourself, and you need to learn these things on your own.
Kai, I've got like 5 minutes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's.
I'm
cool.
Sorry.
I was getting ready to wrap it anyway. I'm losing my voice. I think I caught the cold.
I also I need to take care of a black woman. Spoiler alert.
Well, that cold y'all had the 2 weeks back, I think it made it to the West Coast, because I'm under the weather now and my voice is disappearing. been struggling. So yeah. So give your socials.
I'm cracking up. All right. First of all, before I give my socials, I want to give the socials of our guest earlier, Dr. Rochelle Brooks, thedebtcollective.org, thedebtcollective.org, thedebtcollective.org. I'm gonna say it one more time because I'm gonna do my Dr. Umar shit.
Oh, no, I have to put it up. I can put it back up. Hold
No,
on, hold on.
no, yeah, don't put.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Debtcollective.org. I want to be super clear when I say this. I don't care where you are politically or what have you. This is something that can help you if you have, whether it's medical debt, student loan debt. These things are here. There's resources there for you. And what I want to express to those who may be scared, maybe upset, what have you, like I had a full scholarship. So when I went to college, so it's like, I remember seeing people in the bursar's office that did not have that same grace, and they were worrying. So if you have children who are worrying, if you are worrying yourself on the behalf of your children, debtcollective.org. This is why I wanted Dr. Rochelle Brooks on the show, because I feel like this is something that a lot of Black parents are going through. And look, white people, y'all police your own areas. I'm talking to Black people. like that's what it is. It's like, hey, you might have a child who is, someone that you would represent for the talented 10th, right? And that's great. But like, you might have a kid where they're like, I don't know if I want to go. I don't know what I want to do. And that's okay too. And I really feel like we have to watch out for our own.
Yep. Agreed. All right. What's your social so they can find you?
Oh man, listen. So first of all, Things You Don't See Every Day with Chris Taliaferro and Serotonin on Facebook. And I wanted to mention Serotonin specifically because I love that woman to pieces in a platonic way. She's got her own man.
Y'all have your own situations. We know. We don't. You
don't.
You know what? This is not a show that deals with patriarchy. We understand. You don't got to explain.
That's fair. No. So so Things You Don't See Every Day with Chris Taliaferro and Serotonin on Facebook. Feel free to give us likes and views on the page. It's a little bit of an unhinged page, but that's okay.
Okay. It's entertaining.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But you can also look us up on not only Facebook, but TikTok. There's a TikTok presence. There was a YouTube presence, but the channel got deleted, and I'm trying to work on it and bring it back. It got deleted because I'm out of pocket, and you know that.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Let's look at Diane
Blasian Foster. Okay, men want women to do the work to help their mental health. Men want women to fix them because that's patriarchy.
It's not wrong. No,
you're absolutely right. That's the problem. They always want us to do the work, and we're not. We've checked out. Like I said, I promise you, because of the nature of women, that if men decide to go ahead and create programs for boys and really work to dismantle patriarchy, and they say, hey, I need a mentor, I need help, I don't know how to do this, I promise a woman will step up and say, all right, I will help you, but I'm not doing the work. I will mentor you, but I'm not doing the work. I will guide you, but I'm not doing the work. So it's there. It's just the way we are. We're going to step up and be like, all right, it's still your job, but yeah, this is what you need to do. This is how you do this. I know that will happen. Anyway, I had to put that comment up because it popped up. Go ahead, Chris.
No.
You done?
I'm done. I wanted to give oxygen to that comment because I thought it was important.
Yeah. On my end,
I'm done. Shout out to Serotonin. We're gonna put
Sarah. We missed you, Sarah. All
I
right,
love
on
seeing that
me.
like play cousin. Like she's one of my favorite people in like the whole world.
Yeah. All right. So if you want to
You
follow,
gotta meet her, by the way. Like when you meet
yeah,
her in
I
person.
gotta meet everybody. Like I said, I got invited. I couldn't go. I couldn't go. I'm sorry.
It's
I
all
would
good.
like to. It's all good.
All good.
Anyway, all right. So my socials are Kai Nicole on Facebook, Twitter, and Blue Sky. I'm Kai Fly Mommy on Instagram and Threads. Follow me there. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Also, I just dropped a link in the comments.
Oh, look, generational. Look at that.
So 3 generations, 1 journey coming up at the end of the year. If you have a business, if you know someone who has a business, if you know somebody who wants to get content made, or if you know somebody who wants their product reviewed, we are a 3-generational family. We are heading out of the country at the end of the year. We're going to be making content during that time. If you or anyone you know is interested in partnering with us, there's a link that I just dropped in the comments. Hit that link, fill out that form, because we are looking for sponsors, and not for sponsors to get us there, because we're going regardless. I just want to point that out. Like, we're going regardless. I'm just trying to help you out, because you may not be able to get international content on your budget, but you might be able to get it with us. So go ahead and hit that link and fill it out and send it to everybody you know. Send it to every business owner you know, because we would love to have you partner with us. And anyway, I think that's it. I think that's it for the day. You up for next week? Hopefully, I won't be sick. I'm struggling.
Fam, I'm in every single week.
You're like, I'm in. I'm down.
Wait, hold on. Before we like sign off, can I just be real with you?
Sure.
I unironically think that we're doing great work.
Yes.
I know that, when I come to things, like, I'm a little silly and what have you, but I think that some of that silliness brings some people that would not necessarily be engaged in this kind of video to this kind of video. And I think it's important for not only us, but like our people. Yeah. And I think we're doing good work. I wouldn't glaze you in public if I didn't believe it. Right? I'm just like, if I was like, it's like,
I think we represent. I'm gonna be honest. We represent a part of the Black community that's educated, but also likes to have fun and have lived life long enough to see like a lot, to have a lot of knowledge. Like, we have a collective knowledge. I think Sarah we all bring something, but we don't take life too seriously. So like, we bring some silliness, because I know I have my silly moments. Like I said, I can't tell you, if you follow me on social media, I don't know what you're gonna get. And I've been like that since the inception of social media. Like, you might get a serious article one day, and then the next day, like even this morning, you might get a donut. I posted a donut. Like, there's no like formula here. It's just who I am as a person. And I think that, like, Black people, we can't just be a monolith. We got to be like, some weird stuff going on there. Yeah. So anyway, it's time to go. I don't know why you always want one on top. What is that?
Because first, I mean, if you want it from all directions,
I don't. Actually, I don't. Actually,
I mean, what's funny is, like, listen, hold on. Anybody that's met me in person, including Sarah and Dr. Rochelle Brooks, they'll tell you that, like, in real person, I'm aggressively straight. But like, I also don't. It's like, hey, like maybe some of these Black men out here that didn't take like jokes like this that seriously, maybe they'd understand. Like,
maybe that's why, you know what it is? That humor that you just did is male humor.
You're not wrong, but there's a lot of men that see that humor
and it's like, really funny. They're really funny. They're cracking up at the male I'm understanding the audience just a little bit. Okay. Anyway, all right, everybody. Thanks for watching. We will see you next week, Saturday. Peace out.